Honey, get me back up on the mountain where I might hear 2 cars a day, okay?
Yeah.
Enough of the city life. We've been here how long?
We're here in Denver.
Yeah, are we actually in Denver or are we in...
I'm free and it feels like my heart's exploding, like I could touch the sky. All the plans that I have made finally become real.
Hey, I got some text from a guy named Steve Robertson.
Oh yeah.
Hey, gents, what's up?
So we're at the VA hospital in Denver, and we just found out that Chris needs to have surgery on his neck. So that kind of throws a whole kink in our plans of building our house, because we were planning to start on it here shortly, and they said he can't do any heavy lifting or anything for quite a few months. So that kind of makes us rethink things and maybe do some changing in our plans. So just getting the pre-op stuff done now.
Door? You could have a door up there and have a desk. And that could be like... I don't know.
Now we can hit the road. The door's open, mister.
That's right, mister. So tell us the story.
My story?
She died.
No, things ain't looking good. Well, they're saying I need to have surgery as soon as possible. They don't want me to damage my spinal cord, I guess. I got some swelling in the spinal cord. And anyway, I gotta have surgery, I guess. And well, they want to do it as soon as they can. But it'll be months before I can do any lifting, any kind of work. I can't ride the motorcycle, I can't drive, none of that stuff. So, I guess, what is it, like a second or third disc or something, honey?
Yeah, vertebrae.
Is swollen.
Well, the disc isn't, but the...
Yeah, whatever, something swollen there. I have no, fluid, whatever is in your spinal cord, the fluid is, in one spot, there's nothing there. There's no fluid there. It's not flowing down, I guess.
Dude,
What?
I smell that.
Yeah, you're videoing it too. Did you see the air, the heat waves of it?
I think I did. So we're not going to be able to see their living room areas. Yeah, because they're redoing them completely.
What about that frame?
That's definitely great.
For the dance.
Oh, that's kind of pretty.
That looks a little more stately.
Okay. A little more stately.
Yeah, we don't want
Listen
to
to
say. Alright. Dude, love these, because these remind me of an old
they do.
doctor's office.
They do.
Here's a overhead. Yeah. 17.99. No, this is the way, buddy. Now, what is it that I need to know about the refrigerator? These Commanderos. Something about wattage or something. For the utility room. It's already got a shelf built in. I like that. It's $20.
That's more like it.
But that is perfect.
So here's your little thing here.
That's a
Not
drying
on the
rack.
same.
That's a drying rack.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is kind of neat. I kind of like this.
Look at this idea. Putting clips on.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's so your clothes can dry.
Actually, though, see, I would have to have hangers. Well, no, I'd have to have step stool.
Well, you just put it lower down. I really like this idea of this double French sink, and you can see back here they even have a drain rack on the backside, which a lot of times water will splash, and then it's getting back in there. But this sink goes all the way to the back, so you're setting like we traditionally set our drinking cups here, and then that allows the water to drain off without getting to the back crack. So I like that a lot, a lot. And that's $3.10.
Now, these are the doors that you were talking about. You liked.
I like that they have 2 double drawers, so you can do. Let's see if the KitchenAid mixer will fit in here.
Because I could spend this money.
They're not going to put it in. Sometimes I've seen them in the middle of the room.
That could be. You
Sometimes
clean the whole floor
Right.
there.
So could they do something like that in a temporary or a tiny home, or?
Of course, you can do anything in a tiny home. So, what is it that you guys are going to do now that you know that Chris has got to have his surgery?
Well, we just stopped at Home Depot and we looked at a Sundance Theory type barn shed that we've been looking at that we really like. And
9,000.
it's right at $9,000, and that's delivered and set up, built. The shed they will build the shed. We have to put the concrete slab under it because it requires a concrete slab.
And it's, what, 16 by 20 or 18 by 20?
16 by 20.
And it's 2 stories.
And it's 2 stories, yes. I guess we would live in, have our bedroom in the upper
Loft.
part, the loft part, and the bathroom and a kitchen and dining in the bottom part. Plus, Steve, you had mentioned putting. It has stairs, and Steve had mentioned putting solar batteries under the stairs with a water heater under the stairs. There'd be enough room there to do all of that.
The water heater would help keep the batteries warm. And the batteries would be HEM batteries, so they'll never leak. And they're approved for being indoors. Because they don't vent, they don't leak. And I think in this situation, it'd be a good place to have them. Get you guys off grid that way.
Yeah.
But a furnace, won't we need to have electric for the furnace?
It depends on the kind of furnace you have. If it has forced air like a fan, you'll need electric for that. And you'll have plenty to do that. If you get one that's like a radiant heater or a catalytic heater, then those don't use any electricity.
Just gas.
Just gas.
Well, anyway, you can. They'll set the shed up for you. It has. Steve was looking at it. It has metal floor joists. Why you would set metal floor joists on concrete pad, I have no idea. But that
I
comes
think-
with the package.
Yeah, I think that she misunderstood what I was asking.
Yeah.
But I think that you probably get that floor, but it's going to end up being something that's just not going to be used. So you'll just have that and build you a doghouse or something, I guess.
Yeah.
So you don't think they'll put the wood over the top of the cement?
I think they probably would if you wanted them to, but what's the point? You can use the cement or the concrete as your floor.
That's your floor. Yeah.
Just insulate. What you do is you would insulate the footing all the way up to the walls, so your insulation would even come up above the slab a little bit, and then they'll stand those walls up on that, and then the siding will overlap that insulation a little bit that comes up out of there.
Right.
How thick does the foundation have to be?
Well, at least 2 foot in the ground.
It's got to be 2 feet deep, and then I think a minimum of 8 inches wide or 12 inches
I think
wide.
it's
I'm not
12.
sure. It might be 12. So what we would have to do is rent it. Well, we'd have to rent, a loader first, and Tom's got a front loader. It's a small one that he might loan us so that we can level out the spot for that to go. If not, we can rent a front end loader and level the spot out, and then use a backhoe to dig the footing out, and then just put your forms up and put the insulation in it. You're good to go.
So it's 2 feet in the ground, and then how much above the ground?
Well, the footers won't be above the ground. That's where the concrete pad sits on the footers, right, Steve? Is that how it works?
You actually pour everything all at once. You dig your 4 walls out of the ground. That's your footing. And then you put your form for the slab just on the outside of those ditches that you dig. That's the footing.
Right.
And then you pour everything all at one time.
And that's your whole floor, you're footing the whole shot right there.
Right. So we would pour the concrete, we'd smooth it out a little bit. I've got the tools to do that. And then we'd buy the stamps that you want to stamp it and the tamper, and pour the concrete. You float it out, but you don't finish troweling. You just float it, and then you put your powder on it and stamp it.
But knowing that I have to have surgery, I won't be able to do any kind of work at all. I won't be able to lift, I won't be able to drive. We were talking about what kind of heat we're going to use. We were wanting to have a wood stove. Well, I won't even be able to lift the wood. I can't cut the wood either. So we're going to have to go a different route there. We were talking probably propane. But we have to be out of our house in another 2.5 weeks. So we will be moving into our 5th wheel. And somewhere along in there, I'll be getting the surgery. And then we have to have something to live in before winter comes. And winter comes here about the middle of October. So middle of October on. And it starts getting really cold. So this shed, for $9,000, you get all the materials, they deliver it, and they build it. And so that means I won't have to lift a finger. None of my friends will have to do any kind of work at all. Maybe, we'll do some setting up,
Got to insulate it and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's true. But that's
Insulated,
not
drywall
hard to do. Well, I mean, it can be difficult, but
Well, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
The hardest part's going to be putting the slab down.
yeah.
The rest of it'll be easy for us.
So I think it's, just a really neat, cool idea that we just go ahead and have this shed built, so we'll have something to live in for winter. What do you want me to say, mister?
Say what your feelings are.
I don't want to do this. That's my feeling.
So what is it that you're having done today?
Oh, they're gonna do some neck surgery. Make my neck not hurt no more. I don't know. They're gonna put a disc in it, or a plate and screws, or a dowel rod in my neck to fix my vertebrae, I guess, my spinal column. So.
Here,
Okay.
but the thing about this is that you can't just go by that image.
Okay.
You have to look at the cross-sectional image. A lot of times
I have
this,
that too.
okay,
But it won't move.
that's not good.
because
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just gonna be.
But yeah, so this classically overestimates
Okay.
narrowing. So you always have
Okay.
to double check
Okay.
on the cross-sectional view to make sure that that is fine. And I mean, you're right. Like it is kind of a little bit tight there, but it's still. But I still can see spinal fluid around it. I still see white around it, right there, like in the back.
Okay.
So because of that,
Uh-huh.
I'm not that concerned about this
Okay.
level.
So
And
then,
this is not very often a level
You take good care of you.
All right.
Okay. Hands aside to ride. I'm not guaranteed that I can drive this.
See ya, Andy. Thanks for being here, bud.
Don't stand up.
Do what?
Don't stand up. Lay down.
Turn around over a chair.
I'm gonna run over a chair.
That computer.
She's talking about where could we store it? Could we put it like in the back of their pickup and put a tarp over it? Just the dice and 3x5 cards, and you would keep track of your people and their hours. I mean, it was really archaic. That's one how it was.